Thank you for joining us. I'm Mary Yanez, Director of the Senior Adult Program at the El Paso Community College. And as you know, we plan wonderful programs for you every week. And thank you for being such loyal viewers. Today we want to introduce you to one of the queens, the senior queens at the Eastside Senior Citizen Center. She's also very active in her volunteer work, and so I want you to meet Betty Ontiveros, who's here to talk to us about volunteerism, about what she does in the community, and why it benefits our seniors. Thank you, Betty, for being here with us.
Good morning, Mary.
You look so beautiful with your crown and your beautiful
Thank you.
Banner, Eastside Senior Center Queen for 2024.
Correct.
Oh, very good.
That is right.
I know you're very active in the center, but tell me, do the queens get elected every year, and how do they get elected?
The queens get elected every year, so our reign is only 1 year. They get elected by their peers. The members of the senior center are the ones that vote for the queen.
So there might be several candidates that are running for queen.
There's usually several candidates running for queen, and I'm very honored to. The people at the center become a family.
Yes.
So we know them so well, they know me so well. And again, it's very exciting to be the queen for the senior center.
And plenty of things to do, I would imagine, at the center. What kinds of volunteer work do you do there at the center?
At the center, I started by making coffee for the seniors. I worked in the office. I helped with the appointments. I helped directing the seniors where they needed to go, explaining the different activities that we offer, and giving out just general information.
Super. You know, I'm thinking about how many people attend the Eastside Senior Citizen Center, más o menos, every day.
Okay. At our senior center, Eastside Senior Center, we have about 500 registered seniors that are members. But only maybe about 150 participate on a regular basis. We also offer food. The lunch program is excellent.
Yes.
And we have several people that are always there for the lunch.
That's a good benefit.
It's a great.
The county nutrition program provides the meals every day. And it's also a chance for people to gather and talk and meet friends. And, you know, if you're isolated at home, have no family, it's a great place to hang out, I'm sure. What are some of the responsibilities of the queens throughout the year? Okay.
The queen generally needs to be present at the senior center on a regular basis and also participate in different events throughout the city.
Okay.
There's 10 senior centers in El Paso.
Okay.
And there's a dance once a month at each different senior center. The queen gets to go and represent their center.
And do you wear your crown and your banner?
And the sash.
And the sash.
Yes, ma'am.
You wear it, and other queens from the other centers do the same.
Yes.
The whole year long.
The whole year.
And this is maybe another activity you can report that you did, that you promoted, the senior center and the activities.
And each one of us, I'm sure, love the senior center that they represent.
One of these days we should invite all the queens, all 9 of them, to come to Mature Living.
I think that would be a great honor for each one of us.
You know, Grandparents' Day is coming up in September. Wouldn't that be nice to invite them to come with their sash and represent their center at our event that the Senior Adult Program sponsors, as you know?
Yes.
So what other, does this give you time for your family? And homes things?
The interesting thing about volunteering is that you can plan. You can plan your family events. You can plan your volunteering. I have been offered a job at different places since I retired, and I've been able to turn it down because I do want to spend time with my family.
Yes.
My children and my grandchildren happen to be the most important person in my life.
That's right. They're great people. And
they are.
We need to keep them close.
Yes, ma'am.
And they love you very much. How many children do you have?
I have 2 children. One here in El Paso, my daughter, and her 3 children. And I have a son in San Antonio with granddaughter And I have a great-granddaughter in San Antonio also.
My gracious. The Queen, the great-grandmas and queens that are
Great-grandma.
active in this community. We're so proud of what you do. You're just one example of the many, I'm sure, that are around. What other activities? And I know you're going to mention the Senior Adult Program because this is another place where you volunteer.
Senior Adult Program is fairly new to me. I've known about it, but I was not as close to the program as I am now. I have learned so much, Mary.
Have you?
I've learned so much. I get to meet the instructors, wonderful instructors, and I get to meet with the students. It's also part of being a social person.
Yes.
I like people. I love people.
Well, in your previous working life, because volunteer is kind of work, I know, but you're doing something you choose to do and things that make you happy. What did you do in your career?
In my career, I worked for Department of Defense for 35 years.
Oh my gosh.
During that time, I was a counselor. I worked for Department of Surgery for Dantec, and I enjoyed every bit of it, Mary.
I'm sure you did.
It's very varied, very interesting, and I sometimes wish that I had continued working because I retired at a young age. But then I started volunteering full-time.
Wow.
And that took the place of my job.
And this is so good. What a great reason for people. When you retire, you don't have to stop everything. You need to continue being active. One of the things that I wanted to ask you is that why do people volunteer?
I don't know why they volunteer, but I know why they should volunteer.
Okay.
My opinion is you volunteer, you become involved with different people. You find out what your interest might be. Maybe you like gardening.
Oh, yeah.
You volunteer at the Rose Garden.
That's right. Or your
Maybe you like
memorial.
to read.
Copia.
Volunteer at the library.
Oh, the library.
You're religious, you volunteer at a church.
Yes.
Whatever you do it because you want to help people and you want to be around people.
You know, that reminds me, there's the foster grandparent program,
Yes.
the senior companion program. There's the RSVP program that are always registering volunteers that are providing and giving of their time. Millions of hours of money saved for nonprofits.
Right.
And places where the seniors are active. They used to make fun about the Walmart greeters, remember?
I remember that.
The Walmart greeters.
The Walmart greeters.
Hey,
Welcome to Walmart.
And I don't see them anymore because you have these cashier machines there now in front. But we as seniors have a lot to give. We have a lot to offer. You have experience that as an employee in your working life, in your working time, when you were professional. You have such knowledge. I thank you for volunteering at the Senior Adult Program because you've been such help answering the phones, greeting the students that come in, answering questions about classes. You've learned a lot. Following the schedule, showing them our schedule, when the next registration is coming up. You get to learn a lot. And you also took classes, huh?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
You had to experience that too.
Yes. I found out that you're instructors, and that's how I started volunteering for your program. Because the instructors were awesome. And they treat each student with respect, with kindness, and we learned quite a bit in your classes.
That's good. That's so good. There's so much to talk about and so many places to volunteer. And I've even thought, well, after I retire, what am I planning to do? We have to have a plan, right? At least select something you enjoy, or maybe you had never painted before, or maybe you wanted to be an artist or learn to draw. Mm-hmm. There's classes in our Senior Adult Program. Music, chorus, guitar. We have computer classes. I just was told the other day, I get stopped and I said, do you have any classes in computers?
Yes.
And we have all different kinds of classes. So you become familiar. Do you get asks out there?
All the time. All the time. And one of our most popular classes happens to be English as a second language.
Oh, good.
People in El Paso are now wanting to learn how to be bilingual.
Yes.
And I think it's necessary in our border city.
Yes. To know both
know both languages and to be able to communicate.
Yes. One of the popular classes that I've attended, Betty, is the Spanish class. We have a really dynamic Spanish teacher, and I visit her class every so often. And I try to visit all the different classes. We have about 60 sections of classes.
Yes.
We have them all over the city at different senior centers, recreation centers, at assisted living places. We even have offer some classes for the residents of the Ambrosio Guillen Home for Veterans. And so we're just proud of the work that we do here at the college, and we're proud of our volunteers. Thank you for representing us. Do you also get involved with the events?
I do. I get involved with the events. For instance, in your case, you have activities year long. Every month or every 2 months, we're planning for the next activity already.
Yes.
So that keeps us pretty busy.
Yes.
Keeps you very busy, keeps us going. And the senior center also has a lot of events. Each senior center is different. They have a different director and they have different activities.
What advice do you give our seniors that maybe are thinking about getting involved?
I think they should get involved for their own personal satisfaction. Because as you mentioned earlier, we have experience. And there's a lot of lonely seniors out there that can use the social environment that we provide at each center and in your classes.
Yes. Yes.
So it would be beneficial to them as well as to the person they're helping.
Yes. So very important. I've known of seniors that are volunteering at UMC, University
Yes.
Medical Center. And they have a volunteer program. So if someone wants to find out about our classes, about volunteer places, maybe we can have a little list ready for them and have a referral. They can call our senior
Yes.
adult program at the El Paso Community College, and they can always call and ask for Betty. She might be at the office at the time because you have a schedule that you
I
try to keep.
would love to be there when they call and to be able to give them the list of where they can volunteer, what their interest might be.
Yeah, and what activities are coming up
And what activities are coming
for our
up.
program. Very good.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Betty. Congratulations on your reign for the
Thank you.
2024 Eastside Senior Center Queen, and congratulate all those other queens from us on behalf of our senior
I will definitely do
adult.
so. Thank you.
And tell them we'll be inviting them to Grandparents' Day. We got to get them all organized and ready.
Thank you for asking me, Mary.
Very
Appreciate
good.
that.
All right. Well, this is it for today. Thank you for watching. I'm going to give the number of our senior adult program right now so you can write it down. But we'll put it on the TV screen in a little bit. 915-831-7801. Give us a call and we'll try to help you to find a good place to volunteer.
Next month I'll be 9.
I'm going to the big game.
I'm getting married soon.
But sadly, they may never see these milestones. At least one person has died every single day on Texas roads since 2000. Every day.
A child.
A parent.
A spouse.
Doesn't come home. When you drive today, stay focused, obey laws, drive responsibly, end the streak of daily deaths.
You can do it, Texas. Let's end the streak.
Well, thank you for staying with us here on Mature Living. We want to continue our show introducing you to Bea Santana Gaskins, who is the founder and president of the foundation, Gaskins Foundation, and they have a program that's called Call Me Able. It is a nonprofit organization, and they're doing some fantastic work, and it's only their first year, would you believe? But we want to find out about the mission. We want to find out how we can all help these kinds of foundations. And so I want to introduce you to Bea. She's a good friend. She's very active in the community. We've been active together in different organizations. And Bea, it's so good to see you here on Mature Living, finally.
Such a pleasure. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you giving us this opportunity.
Well, you know, you are the founder and president, and of course, Joseph, your husband as well, of the Santana Gaskins Foundation. Tell us a little bit about what you do and what your mission is, especially the Call Me Able. I love that title.
I know. So we've been married a year. I met my husband on June of 2023, and in August of 2023, we got married.
Oh my
So
God.
then it's been a whirlwind because we decided to. So my husband's a paraplegic, and he was a victim of a hit and run.
When he was young?
When he was young, when he was 25 years old. And he's been like this for the last 36 years. And he's traveled the world, and he's truly a blessing. So when we got married, he moved to El Paso, and he started seeing the different opportunities that we can hopefully enhance accessibility and inclusion for our aging elders and for children with cognitive and physical challenges and our veterans. So we're trying to advocate to have more accessibility. So we started looking to see how we can use Joseph's experience and bring it to El Paso. And so we decided to create Call Me Able. And the reason why we said Call Me Able is that we wanted to focus on the abilities of the person instead of focusing on the disabilities, because the disability may be only 10% of what you're experiencing, but 90% of it, you're able to do way much more. And if we're able to complement the already existing organizations that support our disabled community or abled community, that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to complement them. And what we're doing is we're going to be more event oriented and creating events for our children.
And for all ages.
And for all ages to have a safe environment that's all inclusive for all the different abilities.
I love your logo, by the way. I want to show your logo. It's really a neat logo because it's kind of a moving forward.
It's moving forward.
Yes.
And that's the reason why it's like we want to show the motion and celebrate the motion. So thank goodness that we have, like the other day it was Wheelchair Accessible Day, and today is, there's different holidays that we need to bring education to and the public so they can know. So today is National Autism Day. And they're talking about all the different abilities of someone with that challenge, because everybody has something that they can help the community with. So we just want to create leadership opportunities for our youth, because prepare them to take over, because you and I are aging, my husband's aging, but this group was so vocal in bringing ADA, but ADA is 30 years old.
Oh my gosh.
So we kind of need to make
Revamp
changes.
it.
We need to
Yes,
revamp
bring it
it,
up to date.
re-energize it, and talk about more accessible opportunities, because ADA kind of lumps all disabilities into one bucket.
Yeah.
So we, as Call Me Able, we want to focus on the different types of disabilities.
Very
There's
good.
so many different.
And there's some that are not visible.
They're not visible.
And so some people don't know that this person has got developmental, intellectual,
Emotional or cognitive challenges.
Yeah, challenges.
And so we definitely want to bring education, go and advocate, prepare our youth, create opportunities that will celebrate everything that they're able to do.
Celebrate everybody.
And also, we are recognizing our caregivers. Medicaid is the only insurance that will provide our caregivers benefits. But all the other insurance carriers do not recognize the caregiver. So How can you be a caregiver to someone that may need you to help them on a 24-hour basis?
Yes.
I'm my husband's caregiver, but together we work, and I take him everywhere that we go. And some days we have good days, and some days we have bad days. But we're very fortunate that we're able to sustain ourselves with everything that we're doing. But in El Paso, there's a lot of caregivers that are forced to work because they don't fall or qualify for Medicaid.
Yes.
So we need to bring more education to that.
You have learned a lot in the past year. You have been very active in the community in all types of organizations, been the president of this or that, and yet look at what you took on. Something, I think this is a mission, isn't it? It's a mission. I belong to the Texas Silver-Haired Legislatures, and we do resolutions. I would love to sponsor a resolution through the Texas Silver-Haired Legislature, and with people like you and Joseph, your husband, you can help me with that resolution to see if we can get the Texas legislature to address some of these things. I would like to work that.
I would love that.
Yes.
So my husband's always saying, more able-bodied citizens like you and I, we need to advocate for the ones that can't advocate for themselves, that don't have that voice. We need to increase our voice. So we are very fortunate to have leaders like yourself and all the other organizations that support our community with physical and cognitive challenges. But Call Me Able is very fortunate that, like this last year, we recognized a mother that had 5 children that have different challenges.
Oh my goodness.
And we wanted to celebrate everything that she does. Yeah. And we want to celebrate all caregivers. And then we had a golf tournament.
Yes, I was going to ask you about all the events.
Oh my gosh, we met Gianna Rojas, who is the world rank one-handed golfer, female golfer.
Oh my gosh.
World rank. She created this partnership with the PGA and Ping to go all over the country to educate pro golfers on accessibility for golfing. And she has different types of golf clubs to accommodate someone in a wheelchair, someone that's blind, someone with one leg, someone with one arm, someone with just no hands at all. They created these golf clubs to adapt to everything. And so she came to El Paso, and we had our first ever golf clinic for all the children. And it was the first time that these children actually got to play golf.
Oh my gosh.
And my husband's first time to play golf in a wheelchair.
Isn't that amazing? And if you're in a motorized scooter that some of us seniors are going to be riding in, maybe we could go in our motorized scooter and try something new.
And try something new.
Because, like you say, we're going to focus on abilities. We're going to not focus on what we can't do or what our bodies don't allow us to do. But there's so many things that we can do. Do you have a schedule of events that are coming up that you can share?
So we're actually working on our website, and we're hoping to launch it next week. And there we will have our calendar events.
Good.
And so we obviously are going to be having a golf tournament again this year. And all the proceeds and all the events that we do benefit all the initiatives that we have, so that way it's free for all the kids and their parents to participate. But I have to acknowledge our leaders in the community, because we actually had a Call Me Able challenge, and we challenged our leaders to come and play golf, and that's to share that perspective of being in a wheelchair. So we had them sitting down in a chair. We had them kneeling down. We had them blindfolded. We had them playing with one leg. We had them playing with one arm. And oh my gosh, it was like an oh my goodness moment for them, because they were able to experience someone with that typical challenge.
An awesome way to teach and to
share that perspective.
Yes, and to create awareness and sensitivity and comprehension and understanding
compassion.
and compassion. So love to get involved with that. We used to take sunglasses and put a little Vaseline on them so that you could, experience someone that has got a little bit of eyesight problems. Now, how can we contact you, or if there's maybe seniors out there that are watching us, or just anybody, young people, adults and all ages, maybe can help you as volunteers? How can they contact you?
So we have our Facebook, and it's Call Me Able. So it's Able, A-B-L-E. So we've had a lot of different followers, and we invite the community to come and get to know us. We would definitely want to grow our volunteer base. So we look forward to just networking with everyone.
Including mature living and the senior adult program, and anybody else that wants to join hands with you. I want to end the interview by highlighting some of the photos you sent us of some of the activities. So we're going to do a little collage and right now, so that people can see some of the activities that you all have started in a year. So I can imagine how it's going to be the second, third, 20th year, whatever, wherever, however far we go, to help Call Me Able in this community. And I'm glad you're in this community, because we are an aging population in El Paso, and we need to make sure that our elders who acquire disabilities just through just the process of aging, and that we can be involved with you as well. So thank you for being with us. Is there anything that I have not asked you about that you want to mention to this community?
No, just we will launch our website next week, and we welcome everyone to come and get to know and ask questions. Always ask questions on how you can make a difference in the community and how we can make it more accessible.
Yes, and your phone number that they can reach your business.
It's 915-474-1526.
We've been talking with Bea, founder and president of the Santana Gaskins Foundation, and of course, the sponsors of Call Me Able. Thank you so much for being with us, and we'll be back with more guests, or maybe we'll see you all next week better, and you'll see these wonderful pictures, these photos.